5 plus 2x equals x minus 1. Find the value for x. Okay, this is your introduction to multi-step equations with variables on both sides. So let's point out a few things here. This equal sign means that whatever this value is over here, it has to equal this value over here. And because these are the same variable, that means x has to be the same on both sides of this equation. So I'm going to rewrite this. 5 plus 2x equals x minus 1. Okay. Now, we know from previous years that in order to find the value of x, what you have to have is x equals a number. If you notice, x is on one side of the equal sign, and the value that it equals is on the other side of the equal sign. But we're not used to having an equation where there's variables on one side and variables on the other. So I want you to imagine that this is some kind of balance. So I'm gonna have the number 5, and I'm gonna decompose that into ones. So I'm gonna say 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then x is the same as x and a negative 1. Okay. Now, because they're equal to each other, that means they're balanced. And what we know about balances is if I take one thing from one side of the balance, I have to take something from the other side of the balance. So I'm going to start by getting rid of an x. So we're going to go back up to this. I just kind of drew this visually for you to see. So we're going to have 5 plus 2x equals x minus 1. I'm going to start by subtracting an x. Now, if I subtract an x, what I do to one side, I do to the other. So I'm going to subtract an x over here. And I'm going to rewrite my equation. 5 plus x equals negative 1. This is now a one-step equation. In order to find the value of x, I'm going to subtract 5. That equals 0. Negative 1 minus 5, negative 1 minus 5. Keep, change, flip. So this is actually negative 1 plus negative 5. So that means x equals negative 6. And I'm going to test this out to see if it works. So I'm going to plug this negative 6 back in. So I'm going to say 5 plus 2 times negative 6 is the same as negative 6 minus 1. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12, so this is 5 minus 12 equals negative 6 minus 1. 5 minus 12 is negative 7. Negative 6 minus 1, keep, change, flip. So this is actually negative 6 plus negative 1, which is negative 7. Negative 7 does equal negative 7, so my value for x is negative 6.